Okay, let's move on here and talk about
Oh,
one
the
of the
champs.
marquees. Yeah, Viego. I don't know what he actually sounds like. I'm assuming he sounds
No,
something
it's
like
that.
that.
Yeah, it's that.
It's
Sounds about right.
Viego.
It's
I sound
Viego.
like this. I don't know what his accent sounds like either.
No, it's that.
5 mana, 5/4 fearsome. Each round, summon the first ally. Or sorry, each round, the first time an ally dies, summon an encroaching mists. We'll talk about in a second. Level up. I've seen allies with 20 plus power die, and then the leveled up version, of course, gets +1/+1. Keeps fearsome in each round. The first time a unit dies, summon an encroaching mist, and then round start. Steal the strongest enemy this round. If it's a champion, kill it instead. And then encroaching mist, 1 mana, 1/1 ephemeral. When I'm summoned, grant all Viegos and other encroaching mists everywhere +1/+1. Saucy, what are your initial thoughts on our champ on the dark side? I guess the evil Viego.
When I when I first saw it, I wasn't really that excited about it. It just I don't know. There's a lot of text to begin with. There's a lot of stuff
Mm-hmm.
going on with it. Um, but I think it could be fun. The encroaching miss as like an archetype is kind of interesting. And I'm excited. I He can't steal champs, which is important because they
Yeah.
die, which kind of sucks. Like I wish you could do that because you could do some broken shit. I
I
get
mean,
it.
isn't
Like
that the
it
whole
makes
like
sense.
flavor of him too? Is to
Yeah.
steal the champs?
Like I get it. I'm sure they've play tested some stuff that broke the game. Blah blah blah. But let me steal their champions because
Right.
I just like that would make me so much more excited about this because people get so like you guys know people get really attached to champions in this game. Holy
Mm-hmm.
shit, do people get attached to champions? I'm looking at you, Yasuo and Lulu, for whatever reason. So I just want to take their Yasuo, and I'm happy. Then it doesn't even matter if I win at that point. If I've
Yeah.
taken your Yasuo, I'm happy. But I don't know. It feels like a lot of build around on a card, and it seems like a slow payoff. And I hope I'm wrong, even though I'm never wrong. I've never been wrong in my life. I really hope I'm wrong, and he's
Mm-hmm.
actually really really good. But it just seems like a slow, not amazing payoff for a full deck that's built around him. I don't know.
Right. What about you, Duckling? Are you as pessimistic as Saucy on Viego?
I am, unfortunately. Yeah, I kind of get strong kindred vibes from Viego here. I think
Ooh.
he's,
Mhm.
I think there'll be like a lot of playtesting with him in the beginning, but once the meta evolves, I think it'll be a little too slow to actually benefit from him. But
Yeah. I will say, so I think Viego has a couple of things going for him that maybe even Kindred doesn't. The first is that you get an actual, you get a body in Encroaching Mist, and notably, even though it does have ephemeral, Encroaching Mist can block, which a lot of times those ephemerals that are like that are like recurring, they can't block because that can create situations where it's like, okay, well, you're blocking every turn. Um, Viego allows you to do that. So I'm wondering, how defensive can we actually build Viego? I don't know. The other thing is, his stat line, 5 mana, 4/5 fearsome, that's like okay. But when I'm thinking about how the encroaching mist grants him +1/+1 every time, he's getting pretty big. Just inherently, and has fearsome, which is not, the most uh killer keyword, but it's certainly, it can certainly can help you out.
Yeah, I mean
uh
we've seen so many times like this has the same kind of vibe similar to like Nasus, right? Where he gets gigantic and has fierce,
right.
and sometimes you just can't block and you lose. Like we've all lost games of that. It can be
Yeah,
relevant if he
100%.
becomes huge. He's an atrocity target. Atrocities in Shadow Isles.
Very true.
true.
He is. I don't know, I'm certainly not like super hyper excited about Viego, but I see things. I get the kindred, the kindred connection, but I don't know. I think there's like a little more that I see out of Viego than I do out of Kindred. But we'll see. And then Viego's spell is Despair, 4 mana slow spell. Pick a unit to strike your Nexus, then kill it. It's like the reverse atrocity. You
Yeah.
get to atrocity their unit at you. Well,
Yeah,
technically, it doesn't have to be theirs. It can be any unit.
it isn't. It's kind of interesting. It's a unit like you can use it on your stuff or their
Yeah.
stuff. Um, like if you're using it on your stuff, Shadow Isles likes things to die. That could not always be bad, but it's also a
Right.
4 mana spell and it's slow. It it's very interesting. I want to like it. Like I keep trying to find reasons that I really like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah. It. I don't know. It's definitely tough, right? It is technically unconditional removal, right?
4 mana vengeance, right?
It is not 4 mana vengeance. It is notably slow, and also the unit hits you. So I mean, it can only deal with certain things, but
I think it
ah,
being slow is what kills it for me. Like one, I'm
it,
I'm
Yeah.
I'm a pessimist about every slow spell just to begin with, but you not being able to use this inside of combat is huge.
Hmm.
it certainly
Like
makes it a lot worse.
because I could see
Um,
a world like at first for some reason I thought it was fast. I was like, oh shit, this would be dope in like overwhelms, right? Like you attack, they try to
True.
block, you say fuck you, I'm gonna just remove you
Yeah.
from combat and get
Tryndamere Rise
lethal.
Up. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not fast, and therefore I don't like it.
You thinking about this at all, Duckling?
I agree. I think it's a little bit too weak at slow. Honestly, I don't. This might be a hot take, but I don't know if it would be broken if it were fast. Like I think the it striking your nexus might be downside enough for it to like still be playable. Maybe it would have to be like 5 mana and fast. I think that would make
Hmm.
for a much more interesting card though if it were fast.
Yeah. I mean, it is a card that feels. This card feels. This feels more like what a sideboard card would be if sideboards were a thing in LOR. Where like I'm thinking like, they go turn 5. They're just playing like a mid-range deck and they go like turn 5 Garen or something. It's like, okay, I can spend the 4 mana that you just spent 5, kill a high impact card. But even then, like, yeah, it being slow and you like having to commit it before they commit their attack token is definitely something huge. Because like if it's later on in the game, like what if they also have another thing? Like it can definitely be tough. I don't think that this is something that you're gonna wanna might not even run any normal. You might just be priced into it because you have Viegos in your deck if you're running that. But I don't know. I'm willing to be wrong about this one for sure. But yeah, very medium on it. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for that. Do us a favor, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Also, if you want notifications, go ahead and ring the fucking bell.